Hi, my name is Lindsay. I'm a nutritionist. It's so great to be here with you today, and I'm so glad that you brought your daughter with you as well. As you know, your primary care physician has found that your blood sugar is high, and he's recommended that we meet today and try to come up with a plan to help you manage your diabetes. So I know this is it's fairly new diagnosis, and maybe you're worried and have your questions and concerns. Maybe you've had family and friends that have gone and have diabetes right now. I've kind of watched them go through this as well and have picked up on some things. But feel free as we go through things today. Ask any questions. Let me know your concerns, and we'll try to sort those out today as well. But our main goal today is to try and help lower your blood sugar. As you know, your doctor found it to be a little bit high. Luckily, your body's still producing insulin, so it's high as well as trying to keep up with the amount of sugar that's in your blood. So if we can, through lifestyle changes, through diet, exercise, those kinds of things, there's a good chance we can probably manage this with those changes at this point. And there's always a chance we may need some help with some medication in the future, and we'll work closely with your doctor and kind of make changes if we need to. But right now it's kind of exciting. We can just see what improvements we can see with just diet and exercise changes alone. And I know I say just diet, and it can be a big deal. It can seem overwhelming. I'm sure you've heard friends and family talk about cutting carbs or no sugar, totally changing diet and lifestyle, all of that. It's a gradual process, and we don't necessarily need to cut out all carbs and all sugars. We still need those kinds of things. So we need all the food groups and all the nutrients. Your body needs all those things. So we're not going to necessarily cut things out, but we're going to figure out how to balance all of these nutrients and macronutrients in a way that can help lower your blood sugar and help kind of stabilize, maintain that over time. So what that means is rather than cutting out whole food groups or even taking out sugar, all of that, we're just going to pay attention to the amount or the portion sizes that we're eating, the frequency, how often we're eating these foods, and the types of foods, types of carbohydrates, fats, those kinds of things that we're eating, and try and lean towards those that are the healthier sides, like the complex carbohydrates, the whole wheat, whole grain type carbohydrates, and the lean proteins and the healthy fats, that type of thing. So we'll go over that, and I have a tool for you today that we're going to talk about those portion sizes in more specifics. But I guess just to say, don't worry, we're not doing crazy changes all today. We're just going to do little things, and a lot of what you're already doing, you can keep doing. We're just going to incorporate some of these, make some small adjustments, maybe cutting back here and there, and adding some different things. So we'll kind of tailor it to fit your lifestyle, your preferences, and kind of what you're doing now, and just make some small changes. So first I want to introduce this tool, and this tool actually comes from the American Diabetes Association, and it's called Create Your Plate. And it's great because it's really simple, but it's also effective, and it's a great way to start out when we first are learning about diabetes and how to manage our intakes and keep track of things. So what you're going to want to do first is get a plate, like a 9-inch plate. It's pretty standard size, and you're going to want it. They recommend that you divide your plate in half, so kind of visually draw a line down the center of your plate, and then you're going to divide this half into another half there. So you've got these 3 compartments, this side hopefully being twice as big as these together here. But what you're going to want to do in this largest portion, and kind of what the best thing is, this isn't just for diabetes, this is for heart health, this is everyone would do great with this type of eating, this plan. But what you're going to want in here is all non-starchy vegetables. And we know that all vegetables are healthy, and they've got micronutrients, all kinds of vitamins, minerals, they've got fiber, phytochemicals, all these things that we need to function and to be healthy. the difference, or the main thing we want to focus on with diabetes, is the difference between starchy and non-starchy vegetables. With diabetes, we have to limit the starchy vegetables a little bit because they obviously have more starch, they have more sugar. And so we've got to pay attention to those. And those are things like potatoes and corn and peas, beans, those types of vegetables. So that's not what's in here. What goes in this side of the plate, and what you can eat as much as you want of, they recommend at least 3 to 5 servings a day, but you can have as much of these as you want, are non-starchy vegetables. So things like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, green beans, spinach, artichokes, cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, those types of things. They all can go in this category, and you can have as much as you want. In this category over here, in this 25% section, that's where you want to have, that's where the more starchy vegetables go. So the potatoes, corn, those types of vegetables. Also in this section is if you wanted to have a whole grain instead, you could have that as well. So like 100% whole wheat bread, brown rice, maybe oatmeal, those types of whole grains. We don't want to cut out all the carbohydrates. As I said before, we still want about 25% of our plate made up of these type of healthy carbohydrates. So we want to keep those there. And then up here in this last section is where you want your lean meats. So things like chicken, and turkey and fish and eggs, and even meat, like beef, at least 90% fat-free beef would be a good choice, and maybe staying away from the processed meats. Some of the porks, those are a little bit more fatty, and kind of want to stick to the leaner meats, and those with healthy fats like the salmon, things like that can go in this section. So that's kind of the idea of the plate. And then of course with the plate, and they've got this on the website too, probably have also have a drink with our meals, or maybe a slice of fruit. They recommend, of course, water is a great choice for a drink. You can also have like low-fat milk, or maybe tea or coffee without the added sugar or fat, creams, those kinds of things are okay too. But water is a great choice, and can't go wrong. That's great always. So drinking more water is always a good thing. Also, when it comes to fruit and also to dairy products, those are a little, they can be more limited as well because they also have carbohydrates. So over time, we're going to stick to this plate method for now. So keeping your lean meats, non-starchy vegetables, starchy vegetables all in their places here. You can take this home with you too. You can just keep that in mind. But we want to keep those, kind of keep to that idea, and then we can add in and adjust with the dairy and the fruit. You maybe will have both at every meal, and might be able to like switch off one or the other. We might want to limit both of them a little bit in the beginning. So we'll just kind of see. We'll keep track over the next couple weeks, kind of pay attention to what you're eating, and we'll do some food frequency questionnaires and kind of pinpoint a little bit more exactly how many carbohydrates you need and how we're going to manage that exactly. But this is a great place to start, kind of get us off to a good start, just changing our way of thinking and way of shopping, way of preparing foods, those kinds of things into a little healthier mindset, I guess. And but again, I've got all this in your handout here. I also have a handout talking about ways to maybe tweak a little bit with cooking and shopping, some tips that you might, as you and your daughter are out and shopping, preparing meals, those types of things you can look at and kind of keep track of as you are making these changes. So you can take those home with you, and they've got my contact information on there. If you have any questions at all, feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. Love to answer any of your questions. We'll also keep you we'll keep close contact with your primary care physician as well, and kind of be checking things all along, your blood work, and be working close with all of us together, just kind of make a good plan for you. I even have a diabetes specialist help you too down the road. So it was so great to meet with you both today. I look forward to meeting with you again in the future, in a couple weeks. Let me know though, again, in the meantime, if you have any questions. But again, it was great to meet with you, and we will see you soon. Thank you.